So today we will discuss phosphorimetry. There are two phenomena. First, fluorescence, and second, phosphorescence. So in luminances, when a beam of light is incident on a certain substance, they emit a light, visible light, or the radiation. So in luminances there occur two phenomena. First, fluorescence phenomena, and second, phosphorescence phenomena. In fluorescence phenomena, when a beam of light is incident of a certain substance, any substances, they emits a visible light or radiation. So this phenomena is known as fluorescence. So the substances showing the phenomena is known as fluorescent substance. And the phenomena of fluorescence is instant. It start and immediately after absorption of radiation. So fluorescence is start after absorption of radiation, and it emits radiation, and when it stop as soon as incident light is cut off. And in phosphorescence, when a light radiation is incident on a certain substance, they emit light continuously even after the incident light is cut off. So this type of delayed fluorescence is known as phosphorescence. So when the incident light is come on a substance, they emits the radiation. If this is known as fluorescence, if the incident rays are stop the incident rays, but the emission of radiation, it is known as phosphorescence substances. So when luminances are occur, it found that three possibility. So first possibility is the substance, the excited. First possibility is the when molecules are irradiated UV radiation. So it goes to ground state to excited state. In first possibility, the excited singlet state is unstable, and as it is, they come ground state without emitting any radiation. So this is the first possibility. In second possibility, the molecules are excited in single state, and when it molecular excited single state, and when it come in ground state, it emits the radiation. This is known as fluorescence. So in phosphorescence, there are some in excited triplet state. Some molecules goes in excited singlet state may undergoes transition to triplet state, and in some time thereafter in return on the ground state. Here in this figure it shows this is the fluorescence phenomena and this is the phosphorescence phenomena. So excited singlet state may undergo triplet state, and then it returns to ground state. So here the phenomena is known as a phosphorescence. It remains. So we already see the instrumentation of fluorimetry. Like in fluorimetry, the phosphorescence or phosphorimetry in instrument, it consists of, first, mainly the instrument parts are light source, filter or monochromator, and detector. So phosphorimetry, there are two main type of phosphorimetry. It is the rotating phosphorimetry. It is known as rotating can phosphorimetry, and second, rotating disc phosphoroscope. So in this rotating can phosphorimetry, it consists of, first, here is a light source is come, the sample is kept in a Dewar flask. Here the Dewar flask is filled with a liquid nitrogen, and this is the rotating can. This is the Dewar flask. So the rotating can is attached by motor. So here there is a up down movement. When the emission of, here it present the source of light, UV source of light, and here emission of monochromator from excite. So when a light is coming this lamp, so Dewar flash is upward in direction, and after some time it come on downward and it emits the radiation. Here the decay time is 10 raised to power minus 15 second. So for phosphorimetry it requires the cold temperature. So we feel the nitrogen. Here the temperature is minus 196 degrees Celsius. So this is the rotating can phosphorimetry. General, the only phosphorimetry is changed, that is the position of sample kept in the Dewar flask, and it contains the nitrogen. In second, Backwell rotating disc. So in Backwell rotating disc is consist of motor. Here the source are come, their source, these are two discs are moving upward and forward direction. So it contained a sample cell and Dewar flask. Here Dewar flask is fixed and the disc are moves. Then, as in fluorimetry instrument, here is attached detector. So light source are generally used in mercury lamp, next we will see the application of phosphorimetry. Phosphorimetry is generally useful for determination of aspirin in the blood serum. So aspirin is determined 0.02 to 1 milligram of aspirin per ml in serum can be analyzed by phosphorimetry. It is first extracted and then analyzed by phosphorimetry. Second, the low concentration of procaine, cocaine, phenobarbital and chlorpromazine in the blood and serum are detected by using phosphorimetry. Next application is cocaine and atropine in urine is also determined by using this instrument. Fourth application is we analyze the alkaloid in the tobacco. Generally, in tobacco, it consists of nicotine, nicotine and anabasine. So these alkaloids are separated first by TLC, then these analyzed by using phosphorimetry instrument. So this is all instrumentation parts and application of phosphorimetry. So once we review, here is lamps overs that we use mercury lamps, lens, primary filter, and this is the sample. So in general fluorimetry the sample is fixed, but in phosphorimetry the sample is move up and downward direction. Here and sample is kept in a Dewar flask which consists of liquid nitrogen. The temperature of this liquid nitrogen is minus 196 degree Celsius. So here this flask moves upward and downward direction by using this motor. Next, this is the instrument. So we will see this phosphorimetry instrument and application.